Good morning. This video lecture is for class 7th, subject English. This topic has been taken from your PC and grammar textbook. This is topic number 16, types of phrases and clauses. It's a very easy topic and you people already know what phrases and clauses are. So we are going to complete or cover the entire topic phrases and clauses in this one video lecture only. I hope you people will study it properly. So moving to the first slide of the video lecture. The contents that I am going to share in this video lecture will be phrases and clauses, types of phrases, types of clauses, types of subordinate clauses, classwork followed by homework. So this all we are going to complete in this video lecture. So moving to the next slide. So here I am going to tell you what are phrases and clauses. So to make it very clear in your mind, let's quickly have a deep study of what phrases and clauses are. So a phrase is a group of two or more words that does not contain both a subject and a predicate. An independent clause is a clause that can stand on its own as a sentence. A dependent clause is a clause that cannot stand on its own as a sentence. So basically what they're trying to say here, or what the actually phrases are, phrases is a group of words which doesn't have a subject, neither they have a subject nor they have a predicate. Okay, they are simple sentences without a subject and a predicate. They are a group of words without a subject and a predicate. And then independent clause is a clause that has both subject and predicate and can stand as a sentence. A sentence is complete only if it has both subject as well as predicate. So an independent clause has both a subject as well as the predicate in the sentence. Whereas a dependent clause is a clause that cannot stand on its own as a sentence, means it is dependent on someone. To make it further clear, I will move you to the next slide. The next slide, phrases definition. Phrases, group of words. Then next, a part of sentence. They are a part of sentence, but they are not a complete sentence in their own. Remember that. Phrases are a part of sentence. Next, third one, does not have a subject and verb. What is predicate? It is the doing word, right? Verb is also doing. The action word is known as verb. So a phrase is a group of words, but it's a part of sentence. It is not a sentence on its own. It's a part of sentence. Remember that. And it doesn't have a subject as well as a verb. Next point, used as a single part of speech. So it is used as a single part of speech. Last one, might carry an independent meaning. Okay, it might carry a independent meaning. Next one, clause definition. Clauses, group of words. Phrase also group of word, clause also group of words. Next, a part of sentence. It is also a part of sentence. Phrase is also a part of sentence. Third point, certainly has a subject and verb. That is the basic difference between phrase and verb. Children, remember that phrase doesn't have a subject and a verb, whereas a clause has both subject and verb. They both, clause basically has both, right? Moving next, could be used as a single part of speech. Moving next, type of phrases. Now there are three types of phrases: noun phrase, adjective phrase, adverb phrase. So you people very well know what noun is. Noun is a name of person, place, animal or thing, right? And adjectives are the words which modify a noun, right? And adverbs are the words which give more meaning to a verb. So you people very well know what noun is, what adjective is, and what adverb are. So these three are the types of phrases. So phrases are also of three types: noun phrase, adjective phrase, and adverb phrase. So we will be learning about each of them individually in the next slide. So moving next, noun phrase. A phrase which acts as a noun in a sentence is called a noun phrase. A noun phrase contains a noun along with other related words. So now is it clear? What is a noun phrase? A phrase which acts as a noun. Noun is name of person, place, animal or thing. Remember that noun is a name of anything. Name, person, place. In a sentence is called a noun phrase. A noun phrase contains a noun. So the sentence which has a noun along with other related words is a noun phrase, right? Read the following sentences and note the phrases in them. So now we are going to note the noun phrases in them. Moving with the first sentence, I need a new calculator. So a new calculator. Calculator is a name of the thing. So it's a noun. So it's a noun phrase. I need a new calculator. Second example, collecting stamps is his hobby. Collecting stamp, it is also a thing here, stamps. So it is also a noun phrase. Collecting stamp is his hobby. So now is this clear to you? What is a noun phrase? A phrase which acts as a noun in a sentence is called a noun phrase. In the above sentences, the underlined phrases act as a noun. Hence, they are noun phrases. Isn't it easy? So, these are noun phrases. The phrase which acts as a noun in a sentence is a noun phrase. Right? Moving to the next type of phrase. Adjective phrase. A phrase which acts as an adjective in a sentence is called an adjective phrase. Like an adjective, it modifies a noun or a pronoun. Modifies means it gives more clarity. You can say it modifies, it explains more of the noun. For example, the box is useful. Okay. Now, if I'm going to add an adjective, the box is very useful. So that very, that is modifying the noun. Box is a noun. So it's modifying that word box, very, right? So that's an adjective phrase. I have some set of examples for you all. Next, read the following sentences and note the phrases in them. First one, the book with a red cover is very useful. So now see, the book. Book is a noun here. It's a name of a thing. The book with a cover is very useful. That's a complete phrase. But I have used the word red here. Red is modifying the cover. Right? So red is the adjective phrase. Clear? Moving next. The man covered with sweat trudged his way home. So the man covered, right? Trudged his way home. That is also correct. But I have defined it, modified the noun a lot. I have written with sweat, right? So that is adjective phrase. In the above sentences, the underlined phrases describe the noun and act as adjective. Hence, they are adjective phrases. So, they are known as adjective phrases. I hope this is clear to everyone. Okay, so moving to the last one, adverb phrase. Adverb phrase. A phrase which acts as an adverb in a sentence is called an adverb phrase. Apart from adverbs, an adverb phrase also contains other words such as noun, verb, preposition and modifiers. These words function like an adverb in the sentence. So what is an adverb? It's a word which acts more meaning, or you can say to the preposition noun. That is an adverb phrase. Okay, it modifies the noun, verb, preposition and other modifiers. I'll give some examples to you all. Read the following sentences and note the phrases in them. First one, he drives very carefully. If I would have written he drives carefully, that would have been correct. Yes, but I have added here very. So he drives very carefully. That's an adverb phrase. Next one, we waited for 2 hours. We waited for hours. That is also correct. But here I am saying we waited for 2 hours. So I am putting an adverb phrase here because I am defining more of the verb. Clear to everyone? In the above sentences, the underlined phrases describe the verbs and act as adverbs. Right? So now with this we have discussed about all the 3 types of phrases: noun phrase, adjective phrase, adverb phrase. I hope you people have no problem in that. Now if like we have discussed about the phrases, now the next thing that we need to study is about the clauses. So I'll quickly take you to the clauses. It's, I think, more easier. So types of clauses: main clause and subordinate clause. With the name only it is clear, main clause, that means the main thing, and subordinate means it's a part of something, or you can say it is accompanying something, right? Let's read this. Read the following sentences. They played, next, when the sun came out. So there are 2 sentences that they have given here. The first sentence is they played. The second one is when the sun came out, right? So now let's read further. Each part contains a subject and a predicate of its own and forms part of a larger sentence. They played when the sun came out. Each part is therefore a clause. So now see what they are saying here, that each part here contains a subject and a predicate of its own. They played. So they is a subject. What are they doing? They are playing. So played is a predicate. So that's what here said here, that each part contains a subject and a predicate of its own and forms part of a larger sentence. Okay. So now they have formed a part of the larger sentence. They played when the sun came out. Each part is therefore a clause. Clear to everyone? Moving next. See that the clause they played makes good sense by itself and hence can stand by itself as a complete sentence. A clause that makes good sense by itself and can stand alone is called the principal or the main clause. So what are they saying here? They are saying here they played. That makes a good sense by itself. It's a complete sentence by itself. So that sentence which can stand alone is called the principal or the main clause, which is not dependent on anyone. They played. That is making a complete meaning. That's a complete sentence, right? So that is the main clause. Clear to everyone? Moving to subordinate clause. The clause when the sun came out cannot stand by itself. It is therefore dependent on the main clause they played. A clause that cannot stand by itself and does not make complete sense is called the dependent or subordinate clause. I told you with the name only it is clear. Main clause, that means a clause which can stand independent, doesn't need anyone's support. Whereas subordinate clause, that means dependent clause, right? Which is dependent on someone. It cannot stand alone. So that's the basic difference between both of them, and that's all about the type of clauses. So there are two types of clauses: main clause, subordinate clause. Main clause is a complete sentence on its own. It has both the subject and the predicate, whereas subordinate clause is a clause which needs someone's support or which is dependent on the main clause. Clear to everyone? Okay. So moving next. So next topic is type of subordinate clauses. So now there are three types of subordinate clauses which are dependent on the main clause. So we'll quickly read about them. Noun clause. A noun clause is a group of words which contains a subject and a predicate of its own and does the work of a noun. So what are noun clauses? They are a group of words which contain a subject. They contain both. Remember, a clause has both subject and a verb, subject and a predicate of its own, and does the work of a noun. So noun clause, of course, it does the work of a noun. For example, I expect that I shall get a prize. So that's I shall get a prize. That's a complete noun clause. I is the subject here. I shall get a prize is the predicate here. So that's a complete sentence, right? That's a complete clause. Moving next, adjective clause. An adjective clause is a group of words which contains a subject and a predicate of its own and does the work of an adjective. So in noun clause, it will do the work of a noun. In adjective clause, it will do the work of an adjective. Example, he died in the village where he was born. So that's an adjective clause. So it's describing more. Where did he die? He died in the village where he was born. So that is an adjective clause. Moving next, adverb clause. An adverb clause is a group of words which contains a subject and a predicate of its own and does the work of an adverb. So noun clause will do the work of noun, adjective will do the work of adjective, adverb clause will do the work of adverb. Example, you cannot watch the movie until you finish your homework. So that is an adverb clause. Clear to everyone? So I'll be moving to the next slide. That's your classwork. This we shall be doing in the online class together, right? It's very easy. Identify the phrase in each of the following sentences and write its kind. So you have to identify the phrase and you have to identify which kind it is, whether it is adjective phrase, noun phrase, or an adverb phrase, right? First one, he bought a decent white shirt. Next, this is a question of great importance. Third, I thank you with all my heart. Next, she hopes to win the first prize. My brother is a man of few words. Next, he will leave in a short while. Houses are unbelievably expensive now. Next, the girl in the brown frock is my sister. Did you enjoy watching the match? Last, she always drives with care. So you have to identify the phrase and tell me the kind, whether it is noun phrase, adjective phrase, and adverb phrase. I think by reading the sentence only you can quickly take out the meaning also, right? And you can identify which kind of phrase it is, right? I can make out easily by reading these sentences. So if you have any doubt, we'll take up in the class. You have to do this exercise on your own and we shall be discussing it in the class. Moving to the homework, that is your next slide. Homework, PC Ren Grammar. You very well know you have your grammar textbook, PC Ren Grammar textbook, topic 16. types of phrases and clauses on page number 95. You have to start reading from there. That's your homework. And then you have to do some exercises in your textbook. The below are the exercises that you have to do. Page number 97, exercise number 2. It's a very easy exercise on page number 97, exercise number 2. The question is, identify the underlined clauses as dependent or independent. So I think you will be able to do underline the clause and tell whether they are dependent or independent. Next, page number 98, exercise 3 and 4. So you have to do the exercises on page number 98. They are 3 and 4. They are pretty easy and we shall be discussing them in the class. So that's all for types of phrases and clauses. They are very easy, children. You just need to understand what adverb is, what adjective is, what noun is. Every time you will get these things only. You have to just remember these things. You have to just remember the concept. That's it. Thank you. Have a nice day. Take care. Thank you.